morning, Grace.
David, good morning.
I hope I'm not disturbing you.
Oh, no, not at all. In fact, there's some fresh brewed coffee, and would you like some breakfast?
Well, I'd love some coffee.
Okay.
Thanks.
I was going to stop by and see you later.
Oh.
To apologize for all those crazy accusations came in last night about you working with Ivy. I mean, imagine you working with that woman. You know, the very idea of it is just ridiculous. It's incredible that you would even associate with somebody like Ivy, let alone do something as deplorable as try to break up a marriage, a family.
We have our work cut out for us, David. We've got to speed things up, push harder. Oh, I'm really sorry about all the mess, Sam.
No need to apologize, Ivy.
No, I mean, Grace made that beautiful tray and I knock it over.
Look, don't worry about it, okay? Grace and I cleaned it up and, look, I guess I'll take you downstairs so, Grace can fix you something else.
I don't want to be more of a bother than I already am.
You're not a bother, Ivy.
Or for that wretched Teresa kicking me out of my own home. You've been just wonderful and kind and generous to take me into your house. I know Grace isn't thrilled with the situation.
Not in the least. Can't say I blame her. She's still suspicious of you. She thinks that you want to destroy our marriage so you can have me back.
Well, how do you feel, Sam? Do you feel that way, too?
Listen, if I've ever needed your help, it's now. Kay is determined to expose me, and if she does, I'll be handcuffed. Unable to wreak havoc in Harmony. Unable to do anything anywhere, for that matter. Oh, and everything was looking so promising. Sheridan and Louise are being torn apart again. And what's going to happen to Antonio is going to cause enormous pain for everyone. And then there's Charity and Miguel. There's Eve, TC and Liz. There's Whitney, Simone and Chad. Ethan, Teresa and Gwen. Not to mention Fox. Bringing him back to stir things up was a brilliant move on my part. And of course I have countless other goodies baking in the oven. But everything will fall apart if Kay outs me.
We are aware of that.
Well, then help me. You said you'd send me a helper, so send me one. I need one right now.
Your helper is already here.
Here? Where?
In your living room.
In my living room? But the only person in my living room is the...
Yes, the helper we sent is Kay Bennett.
Kay?
Yes, Tabitha? Called my name?
Oh. Must be some mistake. This can't be.
Tabitha, what are you talking about? I heard you call my name.
It can't be you. You can't be the one. It's a mistake.
Tabitha, what are you talking about?
No, Tabitha. There is no mistake. Kay Bennett has been chosen as your helper. She is the one.
Oh my God. What is going on?
Believe me, God has nothing whatsoever to do with this.
Dear God, what's happening?
Nurse!
Hold on. Just hold on, Antonio.
He can't die. Antonio can't die. Excuse me.
Code Blue and ICU 1.
Oh, my God, Antonio's dying. He's dying. Well, what about you, Sam? Do you feel the same way Grace does? Do you think I'm trying to break the two of you up, too?
No. I don't. You said you were over that, and I believe you.
Well, thank you for trusting me, Sam.
I just hope you're being honest, Ivy. Because my marriage means everything to me.
Well, of course.
Grace and I talked this morning, and we realized how much we want our marriage to work. That no one can come between us unless Grace and I let them. And that's not going to happen. Ever. And if someone were to try, well, I'd hate to even think what I would do to them.
You have such faith in me, Grace.
Well, that's because you're a good man, David. And you couldn't be involved in some plot with Ivy to break up Sam and me.
So I guess that story Kay was telling about overhearing Ivy and me talking.
Oh, we know it's not true. I mean, when Kay went out in that storm, she hit her head. It made her see all kinds of things. I mean, she even imagined that Tabitha was a witch. We know that's absurd.
Well, she did get a pretty nasty bump in her head.
Yeah. I'm just glad she didn't freeze to death in the storm.
I don't see her running away in a blizzard anytime soon.
I don't know. You know, her behavior has been so erratic lately, even before the bump on her head. And you've seen it.
Yeah.
And she says and does the most provocative things. And now she's fabricating this absurd story about you being in cahoots with Ivy. Although I have to say that Ivy would love it if I were out of the way so she could have Sam to herself.
What does Sam think about all this?
Well, Sam's a cop. He needs hard evidence, and he doesn't have any. Sam and I were talking, and he said that if we stood strong together, that nobody could come between us. You know, he wants this to work. We want our marriage to work. I just hope this isn't hurtful for you, David, because I know I've been a little unsure about my marriage and our relationship and our past, even though I don't remember it.
It's like I always said. I just want you to be happy. I don't want you to be hurt. And you've been hurt a lot lately. I'm not gonna lie to you, Grace. I love you. And I don't want you back. What is your decision? I'm not gonna stand in your way.
You know, that's the difference between you and Ivy. And she wants Sam back, and she would do something underhanded to get him. Wait a minute.
What?
What if Kay was telling the truth? What if she wasn't hallucinating?
Oh, what do you mean?
What if she really did see Ivy talking to someone about breaking up Sam and me?
What is that? What's really down there, Tabitha? And don't tell me it's just your plans.
I don't want to know.
Kay is the one we have sent you, Tabitha. She will be the helper you need.
What is going on?
Don't ask.
You have been chosen, Kay Bennett. You are to assist Tabitha in everything she does.
But this isn't going to work. Kay's the wrong one. Trust me on this. She's not what I need. Send me something else, anything else.
How dare you question our judgment? We have selected the one who is to help you. Do not go against the forces who support you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I beg your forgiveness. I don't know what got into me. I'm sorry I questioned you. On your knees, girl.
What?
On your knees, be humble.
Tabitha, are you nuts? Shh. You're really scared, aren't you?
They have made their decision.
Oh, no. See, I know what's down in your basement, Tabitha. It's evil. And I'm not going to get involved with it again because I haven't forgotten what happened the last time.
Kay! Come to us, Kay. We have a very special place for you. Very special place.
No!
You're gonna die. Right now!
It's blood! It's blood! The walls are bleeding!
It's gonna break! It's like that!
Mom! Dad, don't let me die! Please!
Your work is done.
Let the former prevail. Let the latter turn to ice. No way. Not gonna do it. Tabitha, I won't. No.
You heard her. She said she won't do it.
It is your job to convince her, Tabitha.
Bring Kay over to our side. The dark side. Do not fear us again!
Dr. Wirtz, what has happened?
What's wrong? What's happening?
There's little indication of synaptic activity or neurotransmission.
Synaptic?
In layman's terms, his brain has stopped transmitting to our monitor.
Well, are you saying that,
No, he's not. He can't be.
Antonio's still alive. His heart is regular, his breathing is normal, but we're not registering any consistent brain activity at this moment. I'll do everything I possibly can. That goes without saying, but I do have to be honest with you. It doesn't look good.
I don't understand. I thought you just said you didn't believe I was in a plot with Ivy. Have you changed your mind?
No, David, you misunderstood. I didn't mean that Kay saw you with Ivy. But she certainly could have seen someone. I mean, Ivy is capable of that. And what if she's up to her old tricks? You have no idea how difficult it is knowing that there's someone out there that wants your husband. And no matter what Ivy says, I know she wants Sam. Oh, just the part about you isn't true, but the rest of it. I don't even want to think what I would do to Ivy if I knew she was doing something underhanded, trying to destroy my marriage. I know that she's in a wheelchair. That wouldn't stop me from tearing her apart.
Hey, I was right about you, Tabitha. You're a witch. Don't deny this. Don't even try to squeeze your way out of it, Tabitha, because I have proof. I can prove you're a witch now.
Okay, listen.
No. Whatever the hell those beasts are down in your basement, that is not normal. That's evil, Tabitha. And I'm gonna go get my parents, and we're gonna have an entire army of priests come over here and exorcise you and your basements.
Priests?
Everyone is gonna know the truth about you, Tabitha. And when they believe me about you being a witch, then they'll believe me about David and Ivy working together to tear apart their marriage.
Well, they didn't believe you before.
Well, that was last night. When I hit my head, they all thought I was hallucinating. But now I have proof, Tabitha. You just wait till they get a load of what's down in your basement. And then I'll show them this. More proof that you're a witch.
Get away from me, you damn bugs! There must be a pest control spell in this book somewhere.
I can't wait to sell the movie rights for this. I'll make a fortune.
Hey, dear, listen to me.
I'm going to have my parents come over and investigate the basement. Boy, are they in for a shock. But they'll see I was right. Not only about you being a witch, but also about David and Ivy trying to tear apart their marriage.
Foolish girl. You can't send your mother and father down into the basement. Watch me. You don't understand. If you send your parents down to the basement, they'll never come out alive.
He can't die. He can't.
Sharon, calm down.
Okay? Hey, just try and breathe.
Please, God.
Louise, I think you should take Sheridan outside. She shouldn't see this.
What about you?
I have to be here and stay with my son. But please, this is too much for Sheridan. Just take her outside, and I'll call you if anything changes. See? Please, God, don't let my son die. Please let him be all right.
Do you want me to get that for you?
Oh, no. Ivy's gonna eat downstairs.
Oh. You really are a saint, Grace.
Hardly.
Come on. Cleaning up after her, cooking her a second breakfast, going out of your way for someone you don't even trust.
Oh, thank you. Well, you know, she's a guest in my house, an unwelcome guest, but still a guest. I just can't wait for her to get out of here. Sam promises it'll be today.
Good morning.
Good morning, John. Oh, what beautiful flowers.
Well, they're for you, Mom.
Thank you. But why?
Because of last night. I was so scared I'd lost you.
Oh, honey.
With all those crazy things Kay was saying about Dad and Ivy cooking up some plan, and you and Dad never having really been married, me not being your son.
You know what? Kay didn't know what she was talking about, so you shouldn't take it to heart.
Well, I did last night. It was really upsetting. I mean, to think even for a minute that you weren't my mother. It was devastating.
I know, it upset me too.
But I knew none of it was true. I knew it in my heart. I mean, my dad could never do something like that. Try to destroy somebody's marriage? Never.
Of course not.
And he wouldn't lie about something as important as who my mother was.
Where do you want me to put her, Grace?
On the sofa. Thank you, Sam.
No problem.
Oh, this was so nice of you, Grace.
Oh, no, not at all.
Oh, hello, John.
Good morning, Miss Crane.
Well, I'm gonna go put these beautiful flowers in a vase.
I'll help you.
I'm gonna go grab a cup of coffee.
We have got a problem.
You don't know the half of it.
If you let anyone down into my basement, they'll never come back. They'll be dead.
You're just saying that so the truth doesn't come out.
Oh, you dimwit. What do you think those things with the bellowing voices are going to do? Invite your family down for a bit of tomato soup cake? You said yourself that whatever's down there is evil.
Okay, fine. So I'll send David or John down there instead. Or Ivy, because I don't really care what happens to them.
Or anyone else. It's all about Kay.
You know what? That's right, Tabitha. I want them to finally see I was right. That I've been telling the truth about everything. I want my mother to finally have to admit that she was wrong and I was right. That I'm the liar she thinks I am. And I can't wait to see her precious John get tossed out on his butt. And David is slime bucket father. How my mother can buy those two is legit. Choose a stranger over her own daughter?
Oh, stop. You're breaking my heart.
And maybe she'll see that's what she's been doing with Charity, too. Maybe she'll realize she's been putting her ahead of me, and maybe she'll see how wrong that's been. I'll finally have my family back.
Oh, that chance.
That's all I want. All I want is to get rid of these people that have been coming between my family and me and Miguel. I'm gonna go call him. I'll have him come over.
Who?
My family, of course. I want them to see that I was right about you. And I was telling the truth about David and Ivy, too. It's the only way I'm ever gonna get my life back. Get what I want.
so scared. What if Antonio doesn't pull through this?
Sharon, look, we're gonna face this together. Come on, I love you. I'm not gonna let you go through this alone.
But he can't die. He just cannot die.
Look, you remember what we talked about before, right? Sharon, if Antonio dies, it's not gonna be easy for us to live together in harmony.
Every time people would see us together, we would think that they blamed us. Even if Antonio's death weren't our fault, it'd just be unbearable.
So if Antonio doesn't make it, we'll leave Harmony. Sheridan will find somewhere else to live. I've already been looking into other places in the country. I've even checked about transferring to a new police department.
It seemed like we were running away.
It would be for the best. Sheridan, it would be a fresh start. After everything that's happened, I could use that. Sheridan, you're right. There's just too many memories here. And if Antonio dies, and we're constantly going to be reminded that his death allowed us to be together, we're going to have to live with that every day.
It'd just be too hard.
And we're going to see it in people's eyes whenever they look at us. It doesn't matter if they feel that way, because their own guilt's going to make us think that they do.
Yes.
Sheridan is going to eat away at us. I don't want that. No, we've done nothing wrong. Guilt is a strange, insidious thing, and I'm just afraid if we stay in harmony, it's going to creep into our lives.
I'm afraid you're right.
Don't worry, though, okay? It's going to work out for us, you know? If Antonio dies, we'll leave Harmony right after the funeral. We'll leave here for good.
No way. I'll let that happen. No way Sheridan will take Louise away. He's staying right here with me.
I don't know where I could have put my good vase. Oh, you know, it's in the upstairs hall closet.
I'll go get it for you, Mom.
Oh, thanks. Do you want some breakfast?
If there are any of those great muffins you make, I do.
I will warm some up.
Okay. I love you, Mom. I don't care what anyone else says. I know you're my mother.
I love you too, John.
Nice flowers.
Yeah.
Grace, is something wrong?
No.
Come on, you can talk to me about it, right?
I want Ivy out of here. I don't want her in my house one more day. Seeing her in your arms, seeing you carrying her from her bed, I don't like it. I know she's up to something.
Grace, we've been over this. If you believe what Kay said last night, then you believe that David is working with Ivy. Now, if you believe that, I will go in there and I will tear him to pieces. And I will push Ivy out in the snow myself.
I will take care of Ivy. But, you know, I just don't think that David is involved in this.
Oh, yes, of course. You couldn't possibly believe that dear old David could be involved.
Look, I think that Kay did overhear Ivy talking to someone, but that it wasn't David.
Grace, why do you keep defending
Now,
this?
just hear me out. I mean, the DNA test proved that John is my son. That means David is for real. He is not lying. But I think that Ivy might be working with somebody else.
Well, if you believe that, I will take care of them. You better believe that. Because I will never, ever let anyone get away with trying to destroy our marriage. Not Ivy, not David, not anyone.
Sam and Grace are getting closer. They want to save their marriage.
I know.
But we can't let that happen.
Okay, little reality check, Ivy. Right now, their Bonnie is the least of our worries. We have a much bigger problem. Kay, she's onto us.
I could care less about her.
She knows what we're up to.
That was taken care of last night, David. Kay is a non-factor.
Last night, we got a reprieve. Believe me, she'll be right back at it again today. Mark my words.
So what? Who's gonna believe her? She got that bump on her fat head. Everybody thinks she's imagining things.
Okay, maybe right now. But soon, believe me, they're gonna stop believing.
David. She was going on and on and on about Tabitha being a witch. If that's not the ravings of a lunatic, then...
Are you seriously trying to tell me that you think Kay's finished with us? That you're just gonna let this whole thing go?
I don't care.
Okay, Kay knows the truth, and she's not gonna stop until she's convinced everyone.
Yes, well, no one is going to take her word for it.
So she'll get some proof. And believe me, it won't have to be rock solid.
What do you mean?
I mean that Grace is starting to wonder if Kay is not telling the truth. At least as far as you being up to something.
I can handle Grace.
Okay, look, my advice is just don't even try. All right? Just leave, Ivy. Leave before Grace does get some proof, because if she finds out what you're up to, you're dead.
Well, that's not going to happen because there is no proof.
Don't be so sure.
David, before anyone believes Kay about you and me working together, she's going to have to convince them that Tabitha, the old lady next door, is a witch. Kind of impossible.
I'm telling you, that girl is determined. She's the kind of girl who'll stop at nothing to get what she wants.
Well, I know what that's like. So she's one of us. A woman who'll stop at nothing to get the man she loves.
So we'll move as far away from here as we can get. Or we'll change our names if we have to. Whatever it takes to make a fresh start.
But how can we? I mean, no matter how far I run, I will never be able to outrun my responsibility in Antonio's death.
Look, Shirley, this isn't your fault.
But he was in the car race where he had the accident because he was trying to pay off my gambling debt.
Yeah, but no one forced him to race.
I am guilty. I'm at fault here.
No, if anyone's at fault here, it's Alistair.
My father.
Sure, the damage that he's done to you? The lies that he's told you your whole life? I mean, blaming you for your mother's death? Even blaming you for my father's death? Sharon, it's not true. Fine, you were just a little girl. You didn't do anything wrong. I hate your father for making you think that you somehow caused your mother's death. Sharon, I still see the scars of impounding you with that guilt.
No, this is different.
No, Sheridan, this is exactly the same. And his sick accusations they're making you feel responsible for what's happened to Antonio.
But I am.
No, Sheridan. Sheridan, this isn't your fault. Like, these things happen. And your mother died because she was ill, and come on, nobody knows what happened to my father, and look, if Antonio dies, it's because of what happened in the car accident. It's not because of you. Right? No one is to blame.
I want to believe that.
You shouldn't believe it. Come on, you're a good person. You're a loving person. Be together, huh? I'll take care of you. We can have a wonderful life.
You are to blame, Sheridan. You may have fooled Louise, but I know who and what you really are. And a good person isn't it. Oh, I will never let Louise ruin his own life for you. Never.
Sheridan, you aren't to blame for any of this, okay?
You can say that. But I can't escape the feeling that if it weren't for me, Antonio would not be lying in there.
Look, that's not your fault. But one thing is certain, if we stay in harmony, there's just too many reminders. All right, things here that are somehow going to make you believe that this is your fault. I'm not going to be able to stand that. I want you to be happy. And I want you to be able to put all this behind you.
If we go away, you'll have to leave your family. They mean so much to you.
You mean more.
I have to tear you away from them.
It's my decision, okay?
No, it would be too hard on you.
Sharon, I want to be with you. Okay? With you. No matter what.
I want to be with you, too.
Well, like I told you, I will leave my family. All right, I will give up my chance at heaven. Anything. Right, everything to be with you.
Please.
We'll have our own family. Our children, they'll be our family.
Children.
Yeah, we'll have lots of them. Remember, like we talked about? We'll be happy. Just have to think positively, okay?
I just feel so guilty having you wait on me hand and foot, Sam.
Don't worry about it.
You've just been so hospitable and welcoming. You too, Grace.
Oh, think nothing of it?
I honestly don't know where I would have gone if Sam hadn't come to my rescue last night. Guess I would have been stuck out in that terrible blizzard.
Well, it's not snowing today.
I'll get it. Hello?
Hey, Dad, it's me.
Kay.
Can you and Mom and everyone come over here, please?
Is anything wrong?
No, I'm fine. Actually, I just had a really good sleep last night, and I'm seeing things a lot more clearly today.
Okay, good.
So I wanted to talk to you about what happened last night.
Okay, well, we'll be right over. Yeah. That was Kay. She wants to talk to all of us about what she said last night. Pierre, she wants to clear things up.
Well, I'm ready.
Let's go.
Any idea what you've just done?
Yeah. I ended the game for you, David and Ivy. How's that old song go? Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Oh, well, that's you, Tabitha. Everyone's about to know you're a witch.
There's going to be hell to pay, and that's not just a figure of speech either.
Those things down in the basement aren't going to stop me. If they could have, they would have by now. Here we all are again.
You sure you're all right, Kay?
Oh, I'm fine. I told Dad earlier I'm seeing things more clearly today.
Good.
Yes, it is good. It's very good, actually.
Well, what did you want to tell us?
Okay, tell us why we're all here.
First, I would actually like to thank you guys for coming. I wanted to talk to you about what happened last night. As I said, I'm seeing things more clearly, got a good night's sleep. My head's not hurting at all. It's actually completely healed. So, I know I made some shocking accusations last night, and I just wanted to clear those up.
You were mistaken. Confused after hitting your head. I thought that all along, Kay.
Perhaps you should let me say what I have to say.
Okay.
Because this is going to have a very big impact on all of you.
Lord. Here's Antonio. The neurologist wants to talk to us. Doctor, is...
We were able to stabilize him. For now, the monitor is detecting slight brainwave activity again.
Thank God. Did you hear this?
It's great news. But, as you know, the medicine we used in the treatment is experimental, so we still don't know how Antonio will respond.
So what are you saying?
These next few hours are critical.
But surely you must have some opinion.
You must have some idea.
I wish I did. But the simple truth is, I have no idea.
So what are you saying? We're back to where we started? Square one?
Not exactly. I'll be honest. That Antonio hasn't regained consciousness doesn't help. The longer he stays unconscious, the less likely it is that he'll come out of it.
As long as Antonio doesn't die, that's all I care about. Because if he does, Sheridan will steal Luis away from me. But if he remains unconscious, he'll be tied to Sheridan for good, leaving Luis to be with me.
You just have to be strong.
It's gonna be all right.